Hey, welcome, guys. It's so good to have you on the call, isn't it, babe?
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's amazing. Rachel's still messaging.
Sorry, I'm messaging. I've got a three-way going, and
It's all
this
good.
girl's nearly over the line.
All right. So we've got the winter onesie, and I wanted to jump on for 5 minutes. We've got the amazing Jared Batts who's going to be running tonight's call, and we've got some superstars sharing. So I won't take too long, but I did want to give a massive, massive shout out. I'm actually going to share my screen to those of you who are in the winter onesie. So as you can see here, and I'm only taking the people that have actually messaged inside the thread. So if you haven't messaged that you've got an enrollment, please do that within 30 seconds. Otherwise, you'll miss out on this chance. So I looked at and saw Fawn, Sarah, Nina, Brooke, Chloe, Natalia, and Sarah Whitehead all got an enrollment this week. So let's give them a massive round of applause. Awesome job, guys. So good. That's 2 enrollments. Okay. Well done, buddy. Let's. I'll just make a little tweak here.
Excuse me, Greg.
All right. So well done, Bats. Did anyone else at the last second before we do this?
Greg,
Yes, Chloe.
Oh, I didn't get an enrollment actually.
Okay, Chloe.
Yeah. Let's do next week.
Thanks for your amazing honesty, Chloe.
I want that mocha.
We better take you out of there, Chloe, for a sec. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. We'll get into it straight away. Now, just before we spin it, anyone else? Did they get an enrollment and they haven't put it in there, or they haven't got an enrollment and it's in there? We're all good? All right. So this is for the amazing mocha. So probably one of the most sought after shakes, you would say, babe?
Oh, yeah.
Anyone who likes coffee, boom. So, ready? Little drum roll. We're going to go now. Let's just quickly get back here for 1 second. So as you can see, Fawn is number 1, Sarah's number 2, Nina's number 3, Brooke is number 4, Natalia's number 5, Sarah's Whitehead's number 6, and Jared's number 7. So when I do this little spin, remember that, okay? All right, are we ready? We ready? Drum roll for the spin. Oh, you're kidding, Bats. Well done, buddy.
Hey.
The little winner, there he is.
Right on the bell. Thanks, guys.
Right on the bell, big boy, and you got 2 enrollments. So a mocker is going your way, Bats. You're an absolute superstar.
Can't
Send me your address, please.
Yeah, send us your address, my man. That's so
Absolutely.
good.
Awesome.
Does Batsa want nitro instead of mocha? Just cap out.
We can discuss that later. We've got heaps to get through.
He gets this. Mocha. There you go, buddy. Well done, mate. Send us your address, you'll get it. Now, for those of you that are in the amazing winter onesie and you missed out on this week, which is Rach and I, we missed out. Rach P, she put in the post that she missed out this week, but
That's all right.
the cool thing is that we're going for 2 this week. So for those of you that are in the competition, if you did miss this week, it's all good. You know, it doesn't really matter. It's just about having a bit of fun. Next week, if you do enroll 2 people though, you're back in the game. You're back in the game to win the end prize, which is worth getting involved with. So hopefully you guys are having some fun with this. We're having some fun, and I'm going to hand it over to the batsman now. So Jared, take it away, mate. Well done.
Awesome. Thanks, Greg. Cheers, guys.
Good job, man.
Cool. Well, we've got heaps to get through tonight. It's going to be a really exciting call. So we'll dive straight into it. But really what we're going to cover tonight is how you fit Isagenix into your life. We're also going to cover how to connect and also connecting with the right mindset. We've got a couple of people who are going to share their amazing 30-second stories and a little blitz at the end. So first up, we'll just do our recognitions. And this week we had 2 new consultants created. So Amanda Laurie and Karen Eastburn well done to you, ladies. That's amazing. So now, you are in a position where you get to, earn a residual income. So that's pretty exciting. And just one thing too, just think about, when we share Isagenix, a premium pack is roughly around $600. So 2 premium packs, and we get a rebate of around $400, which is close to 40%. Close to 30%. Sorry, that's crazy. Like, this is such an affordable system, that people can purchase, and what we get as upfront, like product introductory bonuses, is just insane. So, what else? We've got Sarah Owen. She's completed her 6th ISA Body Challenge, which is amazing. So give it up to Sarah. That's just incredible. What else we got? Nina, is it Sarah or Sarah? Sorry. And Kate, they've all been smashing the 3-way calls this week, which is really, really good. And something I think as a team, we need to do more of that. So definitely use your upline for 3-way calls. Tegan did her first double cleanse, and she's back on track. And she's, really having another look at the business opportunity, which is exciting for her. Rob, you've been getting out of your comfort zone, buddy, and sending a few messages, which is really good. And Rosanna, wow, you had a launch party with 25 people. That is just insane. So, just amazing. And also thank you to Sheridan for jumping on the Thursday night winter onesie call and showing us how to use the Ninja. We've also got a little bit more on that tonight too. So, cool. Now, just a quick one. Hands up, who is going to UIA at the end of this week in Melbourne? University in Action. Can I just have a show of hands? Yep, a few of you guys. Awesome. David Wood is one of the best trainers out there. We're just so lucky that he's aligned himself with Isagenix. And in my opinion, Uni in Action is really, it's one of the best events that Isagenix do. You really get to learn the practical skills of how to share Isagenix, how to build your posture and belief. And it's, he's going to get you out of your comfort zone. And it's such a great event. So good on you guys for getting down to that. So first up, I'm just going to share, if you've got your 90-day game plans with you, this is in page 5. So you might want to have a look at that. But really, I'm just going to share how this business can fit into your lifestyle. And I'm going to start just by saying you either want this business or you don't. It really is as simple as that. And it's totally fine. If you're just a product sharer and you can only put half an hour a day or, that's totally fine. But be really clear on what you want from this opportunity. So have some really clear goals. We've all got different lifestyles, different situations. Some of us are doing this part-time. Some of us are doing it full-time. But really, when you're starting out, I guess, you can truly build this in the pockets of your time. I know I did when I was working on the rigs with Pedretti and Ben. We worked 12-hour days. Outside of that, we had to do our washing, meals, everything. And whenever I got a spare moment, I was sending a few messages or doing a welcome call before work. Like, it's not what you want to do, but if that's the only time you've got, make sure you use it really efficiently. Because I know a lot of you guys, you got really busy lives, you got kids, you got work. But if you really create some good habits, you can definitely use your time really well. So I guess the first thing everyone needs to be clear on is their why. And we're not going to go into that tonight, but we also need to set clear goals that are realistic and achievable for you with the time that you can allocate to this business. So, it's great to have a big goal. That's amazing. But then you need to break that down into steps. So really, really work out what you want to achieve on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And, you know, that might be, I want to hit double PRB every week, or I want to hit 10 cycles raw by July 30th, or whatever it is for you. Set that goal, make it crystal clear in your vision, and write it down. Put it somewhere, you know, that you're going to see it clearly on a daily basis. That's so important. It's going to remind you of what you actually want. And the other thing is too, you know, like, it's okay to set a goal and think, oh yeah, that's what I want, and then you take no action. Like, really sit down with yourself and actually decide if that's what you want or not. So that's really important as well. You know, so unless we're really setting those clear goals, you're going to sort of wander aimlessly with this opportunity. But really, you know, goals create a sense of urgency. You know, they keep you in action, and they're really the driving force of this business. So the next thing is set some time aside in your day for work. So if you're doing this full time, have work hours, have a schedule. You know, if this is a part-time thing for you, then really, you know, if it's half an hour a day that you're allocating to Isagenix, schedule that in your diary or your work day, and really make sure you are there at work to do that work for half an hour or for 2 hours or whatever it is for you. But like, it's really important to treat it like a business, you know, because if you're easily distracted, you're not going to do the work, you're not going to achieve your goals. So that's not really going to work. And give yourself consequences. This is something I've had to implement for myself. You know, if let's say I end up fluffing around too much on social media or something, and then I want to surf before I start work, you know, I start work at 10 o'clock, and if it's 9 o'clock and I still haven't been for a surf, I've just got to go, you know what, I miss out on surfing today because I didn't manage my time properly. So there needs to be consequences for this. Otherwise, you know, like, this business, the best thing about Isagenix is you are your own boss. The worst thing about Isagenix is you are your own boss. It's a double-edged sword. And, you know, unless we create good habits, you know, I heard something the other day. It was, if you don't create your habits will create you. And it's so true, you know, so really, really create good habits for yourself. So I've got a little exercise for you guys to do now. It's a quick one, but just have a think about what is some of the distractions that you have in your life that stop you from taking action. So I want everyone just to write down 3 things right now that are not activities that help build your business in your spare time, whether that's scrolling on Facebook, eating, exercising, you know, like, really just think about that. I know exercise is important, but yeah, any of those distractions. So just write 3 down, have a think about that. And so what you can do is really start catching yourself now on a day-to-day basis. Like, whenever you find yourself being distracted when you know you should be working, become aware of yourself, because that's where that shift is gonna take place. So really, like, go, oh shit, you know, I'm scrolling again, bang, back on track. And once you start to catch yourself, you're gonna have that shift, and you're gonna, you know, start to develop those good habits. What else can I share? Like, for me, like, the first hour of my day is really, really important for me. So, you know, I wake up, I read some affirmations, then I make a cup of tea, I have a gratitude journal that I write in, then I'll meditate for 20 minutes, then I'll do some visualization on what would fulfill me. So that's the first hour of my day, every day. So I'm really telling my brain that I'm in charge. You know, if you're the sort of person who wakes up and you're like, oh, I'll grab my phone, what's the time? Oh, this person messaged me, that person messaged me. Then your day is run by outside influence, and you will not be productive. So that is a huge thing to really have a look at in your own life. Something I've been working on a bit lately, which is helping greatly. Now, what else can I tell you guys about that? So how can we really be efficient with our time? So how do we maximize the time that we allocate to working on our business? And what you should be really spending most of your time on is income producing activities. So, that would be having conversations with people, organizing catch-ups, jumping on the phone, sending messages. Like these are the things that are going to help grow your business. Okay, so that's the most important thing. We should be spending, they say 80% of our time on that. I'd say as much time as you can on those activities. Having an info night or a launch party, that's an income producing activity. Creating interest on social media, that's also income producing, but obviously be really careful with that because it's so easy to get distracted. You go to put a post up on Facebook and it's like, you end up scrolling, you end up spending an hour putting a post up thinking about what to do, and you've just blown an hour when you could have had 5 conversations with people. So really use your time as effectively as you can. It's so important. So you might want to just do like 1 power post a week or something, like on a Sunday night, put up your before and after or a transformation of someone in the team and see what you get back from that. Reach out to the people who like and comment on it. If people have just liked it, maybe just touch base with them. Hey, how you been? What's been happening? If someone's actually commented and said, "Oh, that's amazing," I'd love to know more or whatever. Message them or say, "Hey, awesome! I'd love to tell you more about it. When can we chat?" Like all I'm doing to build my business at the moment is finding out who's interested and then getting on a call straight away. None of this messaging backwards and forwards. Nothing. Get on a call. And that's been working really, really well. So just remember, conversations create income. Like Fraser said the other night, $1 a day to say, hey. So, when you're out and about, and I think Jono's going to go more into connecting in a minute, but just when you're out and about, chat to people, be open, talk to people, find out about them and really get to know about their story. Don't make this about you. So yeah. Now, the other type of activity is personal development or team development. And that really, it supports your business, but it doesn't grow your business. It's still a really important part of it though. So, setting up your schedule, listening to podcasts, reading books, attending events, celebrating your team on social media, or just on give them a call or something. That's really important to do, but obviously we want to focus on the income producing activities, because if you don't do that, you don't have a business, you don't have a team. So that's really important. So look, I was one of those people when I sort of started, and for a lot of my journey in Isagenix, I was always getting ready to get ready. And that was largely due to overwhelm and fear, and some of you people out there who are new to the business or been in it for a while, you might feel that, you might feel overwhelmed or just too scared to pick up the phone and talk to someone. That's okay. That's totally normal. What I would say is write down what your fear is or what is overwhelming you and break that down, really pick that apart. So, if you're scared of getting on the phone with someone and them asking you a question and you don't know what to say, that's totally fine. Because the best thing you can say is, I don't know, but I'll send you a tool. Hey, what are the ingredients? I don't know, but I'll send you the ingredients. We've got all the tools in Isagenix. We've got everything. And you've got an upline. We've got an incredible team. Plug into that. Don't feel like you've got to build this on your own, especially if you're new. If people are, if you don't know what to say, just say, hey, look, I'm not really too sure, but what I can do is get you on a call with Rachel, who enrolled me, and she's going to be able to answer all your questions. If you're around manager or below, or, maybe not quite direct yet, like use your upline as much as you can. Like seriously, like we can help you build your business. It's network marketing. It's work. You do the work. We help you build it, if that makes sense. So really plug in to your upline to do that. Now, the other thing is most of us have had some sort of physical transformation with Isagenix. Hands up, most people. Some sort of, awesome. And look, some of us have had some sort of financial result with Isagenix, which is amazing. Now, chances are you may know someone who's had incredible physical results or incredible a financial success story. So if you're relatively new, don't feel like you got to do everything on your own. And like, we know that you're capable and independent, but use other people. Like, if that's a great thing about events, plug in, like get to know other people in Isagenix. And hey, if you're talking to a nurse, you meet a nurse and you're like, oh, hey, well, I know Rachel Pedretti's a nurse. I'm going to get Rachel Pedretti on a call with this other nurse because they're going to connect. They're going to relate. So don't feel like you've got to do everything. That's a really important part of, I guess, the community here at Isagenix. The other thing is posture and belief grow with time for everyone. So, getting to events is really important, and Rachel's going to talk about that a little bit later on. But until you've built that posture and that belief, use people who have it, or borrow their posture and belief until you've got it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my piece tonight. But really, just to recap, so like set clear goals. Set clear goals. Allocate time each day and stick to it. Create good habits. Catch yourself with your distractions. Focus on income producing activities and really value yours and other people's time. One thing I've learned this week is really set people's expectations. When you make appointments with people, make sure you're on time, but also let them know how long you've got to spend with them. Hey, let's organize a call for 7:00. Awesome. I've got 15 minutes. I've got 30 minutes free. So you're setting that person's expectations up. They know we've got half an hour. That's super important. You go catch up with someone for coffee. Hey, I'll see you there at 9:00. I've got an hour and then I've got another appointment. So that you're already setting that person up to know that, hey, we've only got an hour together, and you're not blowing out, because sometimes you go to something, you end up chatting, it's 10:00 and you're like, oh, I wanted to start work. I wanted to get other things done. And then, so really value your time. That's it for that section. I hope you got some value from that. Can we please have Annie to share your 30-second story? Where are you, Annie?
Hi, Jared.
Hey, Annie, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Awesome.
Well, guys, before Isagenix, I used to wake up exhausted in the morning. I was relying on coffee to get me going and keep me going through the day. I was tired of going to the gym and not getting results, and just the weight just kept on piling up and I wasn't losing anything. I was introduced into the system by Irina. After talking to her for about 18 months, I eventually decided to give the system a go, because I wasn't getting anywhere with the weight. It was just being frustrated the whole time. I've been using the product now for 7 months. I've lost 12 kilos and I feel amazing. I don't rely on coffee and junk food to keep me going anymore. I have more energy in the morning when I wake up, and I'm getting fantastic results in the gym. And I just believe that everybody should feel amazing like we all do, and just they don't know how good their bodies are supposed to feel. And I love just sharing everything, the products with everybody. That's it.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Annie. That was great. Fantastic.
Out of my comfort zone. Very much.
Yeah, good on you. And that's what this is all about, guys. Like, this team call is a great place, or a great platform you to really step up. You know, like this is a safe community where you can step outside that comfort zone and really, you know, grow yourselves. You know, that's what this business is about. So up next, we've got a special guest tonight. Sorry, not a special guest, but a special person about to speak. So if you guys want to turn to page 9 of your 90-day game plan, we are going to look at connecting in 4 steps with Nikita. So take it away, Nikita.
Hey, can you hear me?
Can do.
Awesome. Right, so Bats has already said that I've got connecting in 4 steps. So this is something that I really love because I love speaking to people, and I think if you find the right way to speak to people and find people, then it's actually quite easy when you look at it. So we're going to go over it. So those that don't have the 90-day game plan, you can still take notes when we're speaking of this, guys, because it's something that you can actually do every day. So first of all, so 4 steps we're saying. So step 1 is listening. So in any conversation, it's actually really great to listen in to the person, not always about just kind of blabbering and keep going on about yourself. So when you're listening in, you also will help you find kind of them key components about what they want out of any sort of program or anything like that. So use FORM. So use form, and this is a great way that you can actually ask them questions. So F stands for family, O stands for occupation, R for recreation, and M for motivation. So there's questions that can go around that, like how's your job going? Because that's them listening in, because you're asking something about what they're doing, and they're obviously going to say, you know, it's going well, it pays the bills, or, you know, I go to work but I don't like it. So you're getting some actually really great information back by listening and asking the right questions. So step 2 is contact. Sorry, I've got 2 little children coming up. It's time to go to bed, please. Off you go with Daddy. No, off you go with Daddy. Sorry, guys. Okay, so step 2 is contact. So that's, sorry, come on, off you go, please. Distracting me. Here we go, back to what you were speaking about. Number 1 distraction, children run around me. So contact. So if I could show you a way to, so this is a great way to be able to contact these people that you're speaking to and asking the right questions. So say if I said to Batsa, say if he hadn't been shown Isagenix before, and I knew he was into fitness and all of that sort of stuff, you know, you could see that he loved the gym. So if I could show you a way to build muscle a little bit easier, would you be interested?
Yeah.
It's just that simple question, isn't it? Yeah. And he says yes, like he just responded. So then you could follow up with a tool. So then that goes on to step 3. So then that's scheduled. So Bats has then said, yes, I am interested. So that's when you can say, perfect. Are you available tomorrow at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock? And I can give you a quick call and tell you all about it. So it's following up with a schedule. Another distraction, I'm moving that away with my phone. So it's following up with a schedule. It then actually creates your time that you've got with that person a lot easier as well. So going in and not coming back and forth and speaking to that person all the time, if you can just send them that scheduled time that you can speak to them, or create a 3-way contact with your upline, so a 3-way messenger, or just, inviting them to one of your info sessions or launch parties that might be around their town. So that's another way to schedule an appointment. And then step 4. So we've got the 4 steps. The step 4 is share. So sharing a tool. So with Batsa, I might be able to share the, oh gosh, I'm terrible for the, oh gosh, I can't even think of what it's called. Amped product. I don't take it, as you can tell, because I'm breastfeeding. So, I could share the Amped range, line with him in the ISA movies. Really easy. Another great one that I just use for nearly absolutely everyone is today is the day. So when you go to isomovie.com, the first movie that comes up is Today is the Day. And I just believe that that one is just a great all round for absolutely everyone when you're trying to share a first tool. So that's your 4 steps into connecting. So step 1 is listening. So listening in and asking the right question. Step 2 is contact. So if I could show you how to, would you be open to taking a look? Step 3 is schedule. So scheduling a time to speak to them, inviting them to launch parties, putting them on 3-way messages with your upline or anyone that may be, if they're breastfeeding, I might be able to help, or, if it's someone that's really into the gym and all that sort of stuff, reaching out to someone like that. And then step 4 is sharing. So sharing the tools. And like I said before, Isagenix have a great range of tools to send, and I believe that they work perfect. So, so my second half that I'm actually sharing tonight is something that we all got to watch last week with Fraser Brooks. That was absolutely amazing. And it is our search tool in finding friends. So has anyone, I will share it in a second on it, but has anyone actually put it into practice this week and added some new friends and spoke to them? Just pop your hand up. I want to see. Okay. Was anyone not on the call last week? Okay, a couple there. Perfect. So I do know it was Sheridan's have a face. I know that Shez has used this tool and she's actually got some great feedback from it. I have used it also this week and I'm loving it. So what I'm going to do, guys, this tool is a great way. If you think that you have run out of people to speak to and yet you've only got 300, 1,000, 2,000 friends on Facebook, you can go and find some more. But you need to find people that are going to be interested in the same things that you're looking for. You don't want to find somebody that's not interested in changing their health, that are only interested in, say, sitting on the couch and playing the Xbox. So this tool is actually a great way to find people that may be interested. Before I go on with it as well, though, something that Fraser touched base on, and I want to repeat it, is this tool is not to be used on like spamming other network marketing people. So please don't go out and try and find other network marketers to try and get them on board. And it's also, it's not used in appropriate ways like that. So please, when you use that, use it correctly and use it wisely. Otherwise, he will shut it down. Okay, so I'm going to share my page. Here we go. Share screen. Desktop, share screen. Okay. So can you see my Facebook?
Yep, sure can.
Perfect. Okay, guys. So one big tip that I found and is to, when you open it up, so if you open it up on your computer, to always open your Facebook first. Because you actually open up the program, the search tool first, it doesn't work. So I've opened up my Facebook. I'm going to now open a new search bar. So the website is, and if someone could even put in the link, that would be awesome. So all it is really easy, ninjasearchtool.com. As you can tell, I've used it a few times. Okay, so here it is. Here's the golden nugget. I'm going to go through it and show you guys exactly how to use it. I have had a bit of a play around with it, and I'm realising that there's not many people here in Tassie that are interested in health and fitness, but here I am on a mission to change all that. So I'm going to use elsewhere. So first of all, you got to search for in your friends. So you have got the options of all people, non-friends, friends. So obviously we're trying to find some new friends. So non-friends is probably the best one, but I'm just going to tick all people. Okay, gender. I'm going to tick female. So if you're a female, if you're a girl, female, male's okay. But another thing that Fraser did say is if you're a male, try and stick to finding females because it is a little bit weird. And I will say, because I have had it myself, males trying to speak to us females about, you know, our health and all that, it just doesn't feel right. So female, I don't really normally tick that, but you can just say English, just so you can bypass all the rest. Location, so I'm just going to say from, and I'm going to enter Melbourne because, like I said, Tassie, I have just doesn't seem to find anything much yet. Okay, so this is where you can put the interest. So this is where you find exactly this type of people you're looking for. So what I'm actually going to do is, yes, my interest, and I absolutely love Isagenix and all things health and fitness, but my actual passion in life is photography. So I want to, you know, find people that actually might be, you know, I can really kind of speak to and get along with, and I can have them open conversations. So, didn't think so. Let's have a look. Let's see how many people I can find. So here we go. So as you can see, now it's opened up to my Facebook, and you can see that, oh, now I got Geordie crying. You can see that I have got some friends here, well, people that I'm not actually friends with, that I will be able to add them onto Facebook and then message them to say, hey, like, I just added you. I see that you like photography, you know, and kind of reach out and start to build that like friend base. And another one, you know, if I was going in a little bit stronger, you know, instead of photography, if I put fitness or health, I could say, you know, I see that you're interested in fitness or you're interested in health, and reaching out that way. And then using before the connecting 4 steps, like we spoke about. So the listening in, you know, what do you do for a living and stuff like that. So that is a really, really great way. And you'll be able to find so many new friends. Facebook is endless. Absolutely endless. So this can be used all over the globe. So it's a really, really cool little trick. I'm going to stop that. Perfect. So I don't know if I will add into the search bar so everyone can have that link. But what I'd love you guys all to do this week is actually to use that tool and add some people and start connecting with them. And I'd love to hear next week exactly what people have got back from it and, you know, how many new friends you could make. Because if you think you're running out of people to speak to, how hard would it be to try and add, you know, say 10 new people a day or even just 10 new people a week? You know, it's pretty easy in my eyes. Now, thank you to Fraser Brooks. So, and thank you to Rachel and Greg for making all that up for us and getting him on board.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Nikita. That was fantastic. Cool. We're a little bit behind schedule. We've still got a bit to go, so we'll keep on getting through it. But next up, we have the amazing Amanda Laurie to share her 30-second story. So I'll just unmute you. Can you unmute yourself, Mandy? Yep, cool, go for it. No. We can't hear you yet, Mandy. No, have you got your audio on? No, haven't got it yet. All right, we'll let you sort that out. We might move on to Jono. If you want to share your segment. So what page are you on, Jono? Page 6 and 7, 90-day game plan.
Yeah, I'm just talking about, Jared, connecting with the right mindset. And what I'm going to talk about tonight is obviously connecting with the right mindset. And the fact is that this occupation that we're involved in, network marketing, is not like your average 9-to-5 job, right? But having said that, when you first start off with network marketing, and if you're very new network marketing, the people you're going to come across are going to be in that little 9-to-5 grind. You're going to see them every day, okay? But there comes a time in network marketing where you have to branch out and a lot of you will be at that stage in the coming months as well, that you have to branch out and start connecting with the right mindset and showing up the correct way to attract people to what you want to talk about. Now, one thing you got to remember is it's not about you, it's about them. Okay, so I was very guilty of that early on, and I suppose we all were. That you never used to listen to what they were actually saying. You always thought about the next question, or thought about what you were trying to talk to them about, why you connected with them in the first place. But if you get deep into it and you listen to what they've got, listen to their pain point, listen to what they want to improve in their life, whether it's weight loss, whether it's better sleep, whether it's getting a family holiday or extra income, you have to listen to that pain point and then offer a solution to that point later on in the piece, okay? But not throw it down their throat straight away. And I think if we really take our time and listen to what they're doing, what they're saying, we can connect on a better level and absolutely have more in common with them. The other thing is, please don't always try and sign that person up on the first meeting a lot of the time. Some of these people, if you look at it from the big picture, you might see them tomorrow or the next day. So you can always write down that person about, that they've been having trouble with their kids, or, they've had these little pain points, and you can always revisit that. So think about it. Some people you're not going to see again, so you want to absolutely, obviously get their Facebook details or add yourself to their Facebook. But other people you can take a little bit more time with. So it's very important to not have an agenda with them, but be interested and not interesting as well in the conversation. So you have to be very, very interested in what they've got to say. Okay. Now, the other thing that's very important is your posture. Your posture will dictate how they're going to react to you as well. Now, the one little exercise I'd like you all to try, and I heard this from Anthony Robbins, and it was basically, if you look depressed, if you all roll your shoulders over now, put your head down into your chest and do a big sigh, right? It's very, very, very hard to be positive. Whereas if you puff the chest out, push the shoulders back and smile, you can't be negative. So if you can even transfer a little bit of that energy into someone when you're talking to them, okay, rather than look at the floor or look at something that's happening down the track or think about what's happening tomorrow, and be engaged in what they're saying and actually look positively towards them, they will respond more positively back towards you. So I think it's also very important in the piece to be also authentic, okay? If you're talking about the system, okay, and you're not, and I'm a firm believer, I know Jared is as well, if you're not cleansing, but you're talking to everyone about the cleansing aspect, okay, I think you really have to have a hard look at yourself in respect to what you're trying to achieve and portray to that person and train that person later on as well. So I think that, being a product to the product, using those products, as frequently as you possibly can with the cleansing aspect and the shakes and the bars and things like that. And also the Ionix Supreme, if you're talking about how good those products are, but you're not physically using themselves, that person will see it. That person will get a sense that you're not being genuine. So I think that that's really important, to be a product to the product, to be genuine and always be authentic with what you believe in. Okay. So, if you believe in, natural eating and filling Isagenix in as a gap filler to your natural diet and in maintenance mode, then tell that person that's what will happen when they get through that. You'll assist them with that. Okay, don't paint the picture that they've got to, do the full system for the rest of their lives. You can actually, even paint a picture that you may believe in as well. Now, the other thing that that you've got to actually look at yourselves is the fact that you'll have some people are in a fixed mindset and some people are in a growth mindset. And I think everyone on the call at the moment has part of the growth and part of you wouldn't be not the growth if you weren't on this call. But in the fixed mindset, people can get stuck in their own ways. And I think if we go through this little bit of an exercise and look at ourselves, if you avoid challenges, then you are in a fixed mindset. If you embrace the challenges, you get up on stage, you're talking like Jared and I do on this call, then you're in a growth mindset. Okay, so put your hands up, later on at other calls and just offer to speak. Get out of your comfort zone. Those little things and those things that you can bring to the table will lift you up into that growth mindset. I know if I look back at the Facebook memories that come up and some of the lives that both Greg and I did, I mean, I see some of mine, and I even scroll back through some of Greg's as well, and they are horrendous. They are shocking, right? They are so bad. We can hardly even talk on camera, and it'd be a good idea, Greg, one day, and even Jared, if we post a few of our early day ones, because we were a shaking mess, you know. So don't think that we can speak naturally on these calls now, but before we were shaking messes, you know. The other thing is, with a fixed mindset, you know, you'll give up easily. You know, things will become too hard. And in network marketing, you know, things do become hard. And it's those people that strive above those challenges, you know, maybe not enrolling for 3 or 4 weeks, and persist in the face of setbacks. If you can do that, you'll really lift yourself up. Okay. The effort that it takes, you know, getting on freeway calls, you know, digging deep, doing the phone calls in your car, going to the gym when your mates are going out, those little things as well. If you can change that and get into the growth mindset and see the effort as a pathway to mastery, you'll absolutely crush this business. Okay. The criticism as well, you know, if you ignore useful negative criticism, you know, and I mean, I've been on calls with Greg, and I've called him out and gone, no, I don't believe in that. And he goes, mate, you got to listen to me. And I know Jared's the same way. You know, we've also had our comebacks to our leaders and gone, no, I don't believe in that. But no, they're right. We've been in it for not as long as what they have, and they've seen other people go through these challenges. So I think that, you know, that you can obviously have your own opinions, but at the same time, listen to that negative feedback, embrace it, and try and learn from that criticism. Okay. The other thing is, if you're threatened by the success of others, then you're in a fixed mindset. If you find the lessons in what they give you, and you can see them and the way they improve, okay, and embrace that and look at what they're doing. I mean, I think it's a really good thing for everyone to friend every one of the leaders. Now, even if not the leaders, but not us on the page as well. I'm talking about big Isagenix millionaires as well. Friend them. If they don't accept your friend request, and there's plenty of them, I'm still got the cancel button sitting there. They haven't accepted mine. I still go back in because they're on public profile because they want to be seen. Go back and have a look at their Facebook profiles and what they're doing each day. You know, I've got probably about 10 that I keep thinking I'm going to resend that friend request. They haven't accepted it yet. But if you go through that and you look at the success that other people are having in this business and learn from that, I believe that you can change from your fixed mindset to a growth mindset. So I hope that helps, guys.
That was amazing, Jono. Thanks so much for sharing. That was bloody awesome. We'll give you another go, Mandy, if you just want to unmute yourself and you can share your 30-second story. Nah, haven't got you. Nah, spewing. All right. Sorry. Rach Pedretti, do you want to have a quick chat about events?
Hi, everybody. Monday night's calls, rocking it out. And I just want to say to you guys that are still on this, you know, that got on this call and are on this call, like, Isagenix is like, it's like a journey, right? You're going from one place to the other. And these calls are vital. This is like, you know, every week there's a pit stop where you get to jump back, you get to jump back around these people who are doing things, who are having success, where you can learn more, be in the community and the culture. And so, you know, if there's ever a time where you're just like feeling down in the dumps and you know that, like, you know, you've got to know when something's not right, get on this call because it is like fuel. All right. Isn't it great to know that other people get challenges and get no's? And so just always do your best to get on the call. If you can't make the call, watch the replay. All right. So I want to talk about another really something super important that helps you get to where you want to go. All right. So it's events, and it's Uni in Action this week in Melbourne, but it's events in general. Now, I know that I did a Facebook Live on Team Free, and that, you know, most of you guys have watched it. But I also know that there's some of you on this call that haven't watched it. So I'm going to go through it quickly again. But who here would love to be where I am right now? You know, earning that amount of income, having this amount of time freedom, and having the choice to do what you want. Do you guys want to know how I did it? I went to, I've just counted, I've been sitting here, I've been to about 50 events, but I want to talk to you about the events that I went to at the very start, all right? When I first started, I wasn't interested in network marketing or the business, okay? And I my upline didn't build the business. Okay. I was in an inside leg, so I was all on my own. And there was a lady above me, and she kept annoying me. They didn't coach me on the products too much, let me tell you, but she kept annoying me about this event. And I wasn't interested at all. I had to fly into state. I had no time off. It was going to cost me money. But I think she asked me 3 or 4 times. Eventually I said yes. Okay. And I only said yes so that she'd stop annoying me. And it was a tax deduction because I had an apartment in that city. I went to the event, arms crossed. By the end of the event, I was like, this is going to be a really good retirement plan for me one day when I want to finish my job. The next day, my whole entire circumstances changed and I couldn't actually go to that job anymore because I thought my company was going to kill somebody. And if somebody died on my shift, I couldn't save them, I would be in front of a coroner. Okay. So I was so scared. So I actually I stopped working, all right, and ended up doing Isagenix. But what happened at that event was I saw the community, I saw the culture, I saw these normal people who are really happy, and I saw how they were doing it. I made so many friends at that event. They're still my friends now. I can tell you the people I sat next to, I can tell you so much, all right? So what I want to share with you again was I went to the event. Then the next couple of months later, hey, someone's not on mute. Probably, I don't know who it is. Probably Paul Fong, maybe. I don't know. And then I went to the next event, and I went to the next event. And I want to just let you guys know about this event right now. David Woods is in Melbourne. He's only doing New Zealand and Melbourne. He could be anywhere, and he's in Melbourne. Now, you guys, most of you live in Melbourne. Most of you have a team in Melbourne. If you don't live in Melbourne, guess what? I live in Melbourne. You can stay at my house. Okay? Most of the team lives here. So what I really want you guys to do is, 1, have a look at how incredible and lucky we are to have David coming here. 2, dig so deep to get here. All right? However you absolutely can. And 3, if you've already got your ticket and you're coming, I want you to really have a look around and see who else can you invite. How many people do you need to pick up the phone and really push them, really encourage them? I'm gonna be real honest with you. There's not every single person who goes to Union Action who you drag there is going to be, a superstar. But it just takes that one person and you've changed the whole outcome of your life. The other thing is, I don't look at the money side of things. I look at the course for starters. The whole 3 days is only $199. You've got coupons in your back office. Message me. I'll tell you how to find more coupons, but you need to use them now because Isagenix is going to cut the ticket sales off and you can't use coupons anymore and you can't transfer them. But I want to know, the skills that you learn in this event, it helps you be a better person, a better mom, dad, father, friend. It helps you in your job, all right? I pay thousands of dollars for this kind of training from Tony Robbins. And I watch all these people at Tony Robbins and I just laugh because they're spending so much money there. We get that for next to nothing. Isagenix is gifting you this, all right? So if you don't have a ticket and you need somewhere to stay, message me. You can stay at my house. You can stay at anyone else within the team's house. All right, we'll get you there. But just pick up the phone. Don't worry about them saying no. Don't worry about, just ask. And then when you get to the event, just play full out, okay? Now, the other thing is there anyone who doesn't have a ticket who I need to, get on the phone to, personally? Who's not coming? Can I just see a show of hands? I know that you're too scared. But is there anyone that, maybe could come that we could potentially, twist your arm? Nikita, I'll ring you. You've got a exit pass, I understand. But Chris, are you coming? Brand new? All right. Yep. I'll get on the phone to you. If everyone can just write their experiences in the thread, okay? And guys, I just want you to know the passion and the commitment that I have to getting as many people there. You guys need to have that same passion and commitment when you're talking to people, okay? And this is why, you know, because some of me is like, you guys don't need to hear about Uni in Action because most of you have got tickets. But most of you could actually bring more people with you. And that's what's going to grow your team. All right. My first Uni in Action where I bought my team was 3 months. I think that was when I went executive. We dragged 35 people there. Greg, did I drag you there? Didn't even talk to you. I was too busy, wasn't I? But yeah. So there we go, guys. That's it.
Awesome,
All right.
Rach. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
That was epic. So the power of events. I think Mandy's jumped on her phone. She's dying to share a 30-second story. So let's give it one more crack. So just unmute yourself, Mandy, and then go for it.
Hello.
Yeah, we got you.
You got me? Cool. I don't know about dying to share. I'm dying on the inside, but for other reasons. But so before Isagenix, I basically had no energy. I was making up excuses not to get up and run around with my girls, and yeah, it was pretty bad. And worst of all, I was starting to kind of take on the name of Mrs. Grumpy around our house. Yeah, just feel moody and no patience. So I was introduced to the products by Jared and my husband, Ben. So Ben started using the products before me, probably 6 months or so. And I was super reluctant to give them a go, resisted for quite a long time. But as the weeks went by, I really seen, massive changes in him and just how positive he was and springing out of bed. And I just basically wanted that for myself. So I jumped on. So I've now been using the products solidly for 9 weeks. Prior to the 9 weeks, I was sneaking Ben stuff and having little improvements here and there, but I really wanted to just get on and do it properly. And as a result, like I'm so a different woman. I'm full of energy, so much happier, clothes are fitting better. And I just kind of feel like I've got my sparkle back. So yeah, it's awesome. Basically just want to share it with everybody now, and I just really deeply believe that everyone deserves to feel this good, and yeah, it's awesome.
Awesome, Mandy. Legend. That was so good. Thanks for sharing that. I'm glad we got to hear that. Now, Rach and Greg, over to you guys. I know we're sort of blown time. We're sort of at the end, but I'll leave that up to you guys what you want to do. So, go for it.
Hey, that's all good. We're going to do 5-minute blitz at the end. Do you guys want to do that? Obviously not. So what I was going to do was put in a 2-step, message that you can be putting in, you can be sending out to your team, sending out to new people, because I think there's a second step that's really, really important that, Fraser has obviously taught us last week on the call, but he's taught Rach and I over the last few months working closely with him, that there is a second stage to, that message that goes out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into the thread so that you can all see it. I know we are running out of time, so
let's set a challenge. 5, we can get off the call, but the first to 5, pop it in the thread and let us know who's done it, sent it out. 5 people tonight. Maybe there might be a prize.
Exactly right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in there a direct message and an indirect message into the thread. So a direct message is a message that you would send to someone, asking them directly if they'd like to join you. Now that's also in our team free training, so you can check that out. Let me just grab the indirect. And then there's an indirect message. I'm doing it individually here so you can copy and paste it into your phone. And this is the step 2 part. And I think it's a really important step. And I've been using it a lot today, with people that I've been messaging, and it's actually working really well. The fact that every single person wants to know what it is, don't they? every single person, when you send them a message, they go, what is it? How much is it? What is it all about? If you can then say to them, hey, it's a visual thing, you need to see it to understand it. When can you be in front of your computer? When can you have 10 minutes spare to go over it? Do you have time today, or does tomorrow suit you better? So using it's a visual thing has been a massive, like I'm 4 years into network marketing and working on this as, you know, a profession long term, obviously, but working on knowing that you can just keep getting better and better and better. And this has probably been the biggest game changer for me, because I would go back and forward messaging them what it is and, hey, you're free to jump on a call. But now I'm not even doing that. Now I'm like, hey, it's a visual thing. When are you in front of your computer? You know, I'm going to send you across some information. Now, the key with that is sending them the information and then making sure that, you know, you're booking in that follow-up time. So you're sending in, I'm going to send you that information, you know, what works best for you, morning or evening. They'll tell you 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, whatever it is. Awesome. Send it across to them 10 minutes before the call, and then call them straight after. So instead of sending them a video now and then waiting for 3 or 4 days when they've got time to Google and talk to 3 or 10 of their friends and try and find something negative about it, ask them when they're free to see it, and then send it 10 minutes before that, and then call them straight after. So it's a visual thing, takes away all the pressure from you guys. All right. So did anyone want to unmute? Did anyone want to, can I hear from anyone if that makes sense? Obviously not everyone was on the call last week, but it's a visual thing. Does that make sense to people on the call? Does it not make sense?
I feel like that is a really relevant thing to share, because you can sit and have a conversation with someone, but probably what Rachel's even experienced with me is all the links that she's sent me have helped get the message across a lot more. So I think that's fantastic. And she follows up with a little voice message afterwards, and then we'll book in to have a call and have a chat if I've got any questions. And it's got me on board a lot easier.
Yeah.
Like we were told by Fraser, the car is a university. It is where I spend most of my time working. So she's made the most of that, and she's given me all the tools that I could listen to, and then hit me up for a phone call. And yeah, it's just made it less overwhelming to learn what's going on. So it's been very helpful.
And I think that's the sign of a good leader, isn't it? There's someone who makes it feel easy for you.
Definitely. She's very encouraging, and she, if I have questions, answers them, but also finds me some information to back it up. So I'm getting more on board. Some people are visual learners, and I am. So having conversation and then having the cues to go with it, I'm absorbing more out of that information.
Yeah, 100%. Most people are visual learners. The reality is they are. You know, the majority of people are. Like when I coach people in golf, crazy. If I could show them their swing, they could actually do what I was showing them what they needed to do, as opposed to just talk. All right, we're going to go. So that was an epic call, Jared. That was amazing, mate. Thank you so much for sharing. Everyone
you're
who
amazing.
shared.
Keith, you're just glowing. So
No
good.
worries, Greg and Rach. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. And thank you to the people who shared their story. I know it's nerve-wracking, but it's a great place to share your story and to jump up and put your hand up. I know that Rach asked you guys to do it. So I think Rach P will run next week's call based off the back of David Wood, UIA, which would be really, like, it's always the amazing Zoom call straight after David Wood, because most of you are going there and you're going to be in a completely different mindset, headspace next Monday, I guarantee you. So we've got the Janice call on next. Yes, Rach? Janice call? Yep.
Yep,
So,
the Janice calls on. Who's Bree Pearl? Can you just send me a Facebook message so I can send you the link, guys? Janice call, Union Action, and the winter onesies. Like, come on. It is a good place to be at the moment.
yeah, winter onesie. Who's got their winter onesie on? No one?
We don't need one up here.
No. I feel like I've got a winter onesie on. Anyway, you guys are legends. Love you guys. Speak soon.
Oh, South Yarra Wellness Wednesday. We're at my house.
Okay?
I'm going to open a canister of cookies and cream. So let's do it.
All right. Sounds good.
Cool. Cheers, guys.
No,
Yeah.
I'm on Batsa.